At any given time, there are 75,000 service members and civilians across more than 50 countries in the European theater. In part, some rotate in and out, but in others, they are permanently stationed and on the ready.
Geographically, the command goes from, on the chart here, you can see 45 west longitude, all the way through the 11 time zones of Russia, and includes the 51 nations of Europe, from Iceland and Norway down to Italy, all the way east to Georgia.
But one goal remains on the forefront of the mission for European Command, according to Rear Admiral Fred Pyle.
In his words, he said, our number one priority as combatant command is to ensure we deter Russia from further aggression.
Senior fellow at the Center for American Progress and former Assistant Secretary of Defense Larry Korb says that presence sends a strong message to Russia.
The number is really not as significant as the fact that you're there and have a commitment. Whether you want them permanently stationed there or you want them to rotate in and out of exercises really is beside the point. You want to send a signal to the Russians that an attack on Europe is war with the United States.
You can look to many examples of malign influence by the Russian Federation. So, it starts in Ukraine in the 2014, the conflict that began in 2014 in the annexation of Crimea. It involves Georgia and what's going on in there that began in 2008. It's trying to influence those governments along the eastern fronts.
Pyle says part of that deterrence involves providing security to keep the partnership strong with Ukraine, especially in the years after Russia took control of a portion of the country, Crimea. Pyle says EUCOM provides advisors for that mission, just one aspect of the bigger mission, and a hope for a freer tomorrow.
And many of those Warsaw Bloc countries are looking west. They want to be a part of NATO. They want to be a part of the EU. They want to enjoy the freedom and democracy that their European allies have.
It's a team effort to meet the national security goals, with multiple countries doing their part.
As far as day-to-day activity, on any given day, there's about 100 different engagements between, take your special operator that's working on the eastern flank to work with their allies to strengthening their capacity and their capability, to the larger units like our Armor Brigade combat team.
So, where are our troops? There are about 2,000 Marines on any given day in Europe, mostly in countries like Norway, Spain, Italy, and Romania. The Army has troops stationed from Lithuania to Bulgaria, including the hotly contested Suwalki Gap. The Air Force has airmen in locations such as RAF Mildenhall in England, Ramstein in Germany, and in Incirlik, Turkey. And the Navy has assets in places like Rota, Spain, and Naples, Italy. Looking back, the tensions with Russia are nothing new, however, according to Korb.
The United States had 300,000 troops in Europe to deal with a massive Soviet Union conventional force that was threatening to overrun Europe. They had been in Poland, Hungary, and the Czech Republic, and after World War II, they kept trying to push. So we sent troops over there to say, if you do that, we have enough troops to slow you down, and you're also going to be in a large war with the United States, not just the European countries. But the fact of the matter is, would they be going farther if they did not have the United States there? Because we know that Putin wants to restore the old Soviet empire.
So now, could we see more troops in Europe looking forward? Pyle says yes.
I see a slight increase, just because I think, given the activity that we see from Russia right now, across the theater, I see a slight trend up, but and that's something our commander has testified to.
Center for American Progress' senior fellow Korb says deterring the aggression is key because a war with Russia could go nuclear. So EUCOM's role continues to maintain a strategic balance. For Military Times, this is Jillian Angeline.